Good afternoon, this is Paul with Exotics Racing here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm here with Mr. Kevin Youngmeister, pronounce that correct?
Yes, you did.
We are in the Nissan GTR. We're going to be doing 5 laps here at our track today. Really excited, we're looking forward to going fast. Like I said earlier, we want to be smooth. The faster we go, the smoother we are, vice versa. So what we're going to do is we're going to get out on the racetrack. We're going to accelerate hard down the straightaway. As soon as we see those first set of orange cones, we're going to be hard on the brakes. So when we see that first turn-in cone, we're going to start turning in looking for our apex. We're going to ease off the brakes, a little bit on the throttle. We want to keep that car balanced through the apex. Once we hit that apex, we're going to start unwinding the steering wheel. We're going to start squeezing on the throttle. Once the car's straight, steering wheel straight, track straight, we'll go at it. We'll look for the next corner when we get there. A couple things when we get out on the track, we might come up against some slower cars. We don't want to let them hold us up, so we are going to pass those cars. There is a right way to do it. What we have to do is we'll get behind the car. We'll wait for that car to acknowledge that we're behind them. As soon as we see their flashers come on, that lets us know that they know we're coming. Once their hazards are on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach across. I'm going to put my hand on the steering wheel. I need you to continue to drive the car, steer the car, control the car. It's just a safety precaution until we get around the car. Make sure none of us get too close to each other. Once we're clear of that car, I'll let go of the steering wheel. We're right back to racing. Now, if we happen to be the slower car, as you'll see, I've got the mirrors for me. I'll be watching the back of the car. All you want to do is look forward and look ahead as to where we're going. If I see that there's a faster car coming up on us, I'll let you know. Kevin, we've got a car coming up on us. What we'll do, same thing, I'll reach across. I'll grab the steering wheel. You continue to drive. You continue to steer. I'm just going to have my hand on the steering wheel. We're going to put our hazards on. We're going to get to one side of the track or the other. It just depends on where we're at in the track. The car will come around us. I'll keep an eye. If there's 2 cars coming, I'll make sure that we're completely clear before we get back to racing. Once I see we're clear, I'll turn the hazards off. I'll take my hand off the steering wheel, right back to racing. Any questions for me?
No, pretty straightforward.
Okay. Then what we'll do is the wheel should be turned to the right. Turn all the way to the right. Oh, I take the best to the left. So give me one full turn to the right. Other way, sorry. I get confused when I say right and left sometimes. All right, so we're straight here. Are you okay with the paddle shifters, or do you prefer automatic?
Paddle shifters are fine.
Paddle shifters. All right, your foot on the brake. We're gonna come back here, and that puts us in the manual mode. So you obviously know upshift, downshift. All right, so I'll call them out. One thing about this car is it does rev pretty high, so there might be a time we don't want to shift because we want to stay up in that power band. If we end up in the wrong gear at the end of the straightaway, it might cost us 20, 30 miles an hour. And we're here to go fast. All right, so if you want to go ahead and pull out real slow, and we're going to head off to the left here, head toward the racetrack. Excuse me. And then we're going to go left just toward the track, and right next to those blue cones, go ahead and come to a stop just past the wall, and I'll take a look and see.
Right over here?
Yep, you go ahead and stop right here. It's like we got one Lamborghini, and after that we'll be clear to enter the track. All right, so let's go ahead and proceed on the track nice and easy. Go ahead and upshift for me once, and upshift for me again. We won't want to go lower than 3rd gear at this point. So we want to aim for the single cone. That's going to be our turn-in cone, just to the left of that. And tap on the brakes right here, and let's go ahead and turn in. Start looking for our apex. That's where we want to be every corner. Now let's lean in. Let's see what this thing's got. Upshift for me once. And she just pulls. This car just pulls and pulls and pulls. Just keep on going, keep on going. And let's start braking here. Downshift for me once. And let's go ahead and turn in looking for our apex. Feather the throttle a little bit more. Now start unwinding, start squeezing that throttle a little bit. There we go. And we'll start braking right here. Could probably carry a little bit more speed out of there. Keep it tight, find our apex. We're going to stay to the right of the track. Now throttle it up a little bit. Now we want to brake, off the brake, and then we're going to turn in, look for our apex over here. Now what we could do is we could carry a lot more speed through there, and we'll get it on the next one. So aim for that cone. All right, we actually got a car coming, so turn right, and we're going to stay on the inside. And let's let him get around us. Yeah, hopefully he'll come around us real quick. Perfect. Now let's get right back into it. All right, so we want to kind of just follow his line. We end up going straight through here. Then we're going to brake a little bit, and we're going to turn it on. And a little bit more throttle. Now we're hard on the throttle. And upshift for me once. so that Ferrari is a faster car. And start braking right here for me. Good pressure on the brakes. Downshift once. Start turning in, looking for our apex. A little bit better throttle that time, so carry a little bit more speed. Start unwinding that steering and start leaning on that throttle. And upshift once. And we start braking. Go ahead and downshift again. And a little bit more, a little bit more brake. That's okay. We did carry a little bit too much brake there, but that's okay. A little bit too much speed. All right, so we got to turn in here. And like I said, once we get that other corner figured out, this one will be a lot easier for us. We'll have a lot more speed. All right, so like I said, this one we're going to go all the way to the turn-in cone. This one's quite a bit tighter, so just easy on the throttle through here. It's actually a lot more deceiving than it really is. All right, we're going to take it easy because we can't pass through here, so let's get behind these guys. And that way it'll set us up as soon as we come out of the corner, so getting a little bit closer to them. And hopefully they give us some hazards, and we're just going to try and go right around. So get a little bit closer, a little bit closer. And let's wait till we get some hazards from them. All right, follow this Porsche. And I'm just going to put this on, but we're going to go right around them. Upshift one. There we go. And we're clear of him. Looks like that Porsche ain't going to be a problem for us. All right, go ahead and turn in right here. A little bit more throttle. A little bit more throttle, a little bit more throttle. Now start braking right here. A little bit less brake, a little bit less brake, a little bit more brake now. Now turn in. More throttle, more throttle. Stay here. Since now we're carrying more speed, we're going on the brakes, off the brakes. Oh, too much, but that's okay. All right, let's go ahead and go to the inside of the track, or outside of the track again, and we'll let him come around the outside. Yep, we're just gonna let him take that inside corner. I thought that was the car we just passed, but it was not. So let's go ahead and just stay behind him. So let's get to the right of the track here. Yep, so on that one, we don't actually need to slow down. We just want to brake to set the car.
More of a tap.
Yeah, exactly. So, and because once we hit the brake, we'll get right back on the throttle. And then we'll just keep straight through. And let's get right back on the throttle. We'll make it up on this lap, not a problem. There we go, start braking here. All right, and go ahead and start turning in. A little bit more throttle, feather the throttle a little bit. Now as we unwind, let's squeeze on it a little bit harder this time. There we go, like I said, a good way to use up all the track. I start braking right here. This one sneaks up on us. Wait till we get to the cone. Now we want to turn in. Really makes for an easier to make us exit.
That's better,
yeah, so we exit, then we can stay to the right. Again, just enough to set the car. Too much brake there. And then we're going to turn right back in. So same thing. We don't want to brake to slow down. We just want to brake to transfer the weight. All right, so this is the tight one. Go ahead and turn her on in. Feather the throttle. Probably do a little bit more throttle right here. Carry a little bit more speed. Yeah, so same thing, yeah, just a little bit. Now as soon as we get to the turn cone, we want to turn in, we go straight through. We don't actually want to turn and turn, that just wastes time. So now get on the brakes hard, and turn. And let's go ahead and give her some throttle. Let's not let these cars behind us catch us. Start braking right here. That's good. Ease off the brake a little bit and go ahead and feather the throttle. Let's look for that apex. Keep her tight and start unwinding and start squeezing that throttle. So again, on this one, we're going to start braking here. As soon as we get to the cone, that's when we're going to turn in. Little bit of throttle, little bit of throttle. Probably could have carried just a little bit more throttle right there. You start hearing the tires squeal. That's when you know that we're kind of getting to the point to where we want to be. All right, so more throttle. Let's race to this corner, aiming for the single cone. Start braking here. This is the tight one, and turning in. Good throttle right there. We probably could go a little bit longer on that before we turn in, no problem. Again, this is the one we're just going to set. So just enough to set. Now we're going to turn in, aim straight across. Like I said, head to that cone, and we're going to go turn in. Perfect. That's exactly where we want to be on every corner. And let's wind around. This is going to be our last lap, so let's see what we've done. See if we can put it all together in this last one. And start braking here. All right, ease off the brake a little bit, and we're going to go ahead and turn in. Feather that throttle a little bit. just to keep the car balanced a little bit. Now start squeezing as we unwind. See, that's how we want to do it. Every time, that's how it could be. Now slow down here. And like I said, wait till we get to past the cone. Now we turn in, feather that throttle, carry a little bit of speed through there. See, now it helps us come through here. On and off. And we turn in, again, just to set the car. We got the 2 corners that we do that, and one's really not a corner. All right, so go ahead and stay to the left here. We're going to go ahead and call it a day.
Okay.
Number 5. And just past the yellow cone, we're going to head off the track and put this bad boy back where we found her.